What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing an early Temporal Forces tier list. Basically, pre-release has already happened. Some people have gotten their hands on some of these cards. I am not one of those people, and typically I try to stay away from seeing what's in the set so that I can just open it and be surprised, but I'm trying to go with a different approach. We're going to take all the different cards that have been shown on PokeBeach in their Japanese version, because not all of the English versions have been released and revealed online that I know of yet. So the cards are technically going to be in Japanese, but these should be the artworks. We're not going to do regular cards, although there are a few regular cards that, you know, commons, uncommons, or even holos that might potentially be better than some of these on here. We're just going to, or I should say, we're just going to stick with the specialty cards, EX and above. Unlike the first tier list I did, this list does not have 100 plus shinies in it, so we shouldn't have as long of a video, hopefully, and this shouldn't be as much of a pain in the ass to edit it as well. So, as everybody knows, Scovillian Curse is a real thing on this channel. Whether it's just a running gag or you genuinely think the card is cursed is up for you to decipher. I actually like the Scovillian here, and I think it is a good EX, and I wouldn't feel cursed to pull it, to be honest. I think it's actually a pretty nice card. The next one we have, so this is why I kind of wish it was in English, because I don't remember the name of this iron Pokemon. Iron Valiant, Virizion, what Pokemon is this? My ignorance might be on display here, but the card is okay. The card is going into okay. Next up we have Incineroar, and to be fair, not a big Incineroar fan. This card just doesn't do it for me. I'm not feeling it. But it's really hard for me to sit here and say like it's a bad card. It's just not my preference, so I'll let it slide into okay. Now we have an Entei card here. It's not called Entei. I forget exactly what the name of it is. This prehistoric version of Entei. I'll put some respect on it because it's Entei, although I do think it looks a little bit goofy. So for me, it's another okay, and I feel like a lot of our EXs are going to land into the okay section because they're not, if we're comparing them to Illustrator Arts and more, then they're always going to kind of rank relatively low. So Scovillian being good actually means that much more. My apologies, I guess I accidentally passed up Torterra. However, we're not missing much. Slide that into okay. Bro, this Totodile is perfect. If this was on the tier list, it would be in great, or at least great. All right, so next up we have this thing. I call it a thing because I'm not sure what the hell is going on. Prehistoric Suicune. I like it more than the Entei, but I don't like it enough that I think it goes into the good category. I'll let it slide into okay. Now this card right here, not on the tier list, but this Raichu is hitting the cleanest Gojo impression right now, and I'm here for it. I like this card. We have a Wugtrio EX, and I gotta tell you, I actually like it. And I'm putting it into good. There really isn't too much more to say about it because EXs are generally speaking very, very straightforward, and this one in particular, although straightforward, just is a nice looking card. This is another one that I will definitely slide into the good tier. Where the hell is it? There it is. Next up we have a Pokemon that I genuinely have no idea what this thing is. Is this a fucking futuristic Sandaconda? You know, they went extinct, so we brought them back as robots. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be, and I wish that I kept going to my Japanese classes. We'll slide it into okay though. I don't really think that we could actually find it. Like, I think it's pretty hard to have a bad card, like genuinely bad. If I give a bad ranking to a card, it has to truly be terrible, and I don't know that Pokemon will ever release something that terrible. Now, Gengar. I know a lot of people really like Gengar. More of a Ghastly Haunter fan than I am Gengar fan. I do respect it. It's not the best Gengar card they've ever made by any stretch of the imagination, but I will say that it will sneak into the good tier. Don't crucify me, okay? What's this Pokemon called? Farafrig? I think whatever. It's a giraffe with a fucking space helmet on. And while I conceptually like the Pokemon, I'm gonna go ahead and toss it into OK. It's an OK card. OK list about to be massive. Let's do not horrible. Okay, it's my boy Scizor. For some reason, this picture is much smaller than the other ones. Not quite sure why they would do him like that. But you know what? Doesn't need it. Fully confident in this card. I like Scizor. This is a little bit of a bias. I'm going to slide it into good. I think that is a good card. Cool design. Next, we have our like 3rd or 4th edition of Koraidon. And at this point, they don't really look that different. I know this isn't a surprise, and there's lots of Vs that did the same thing in Sword and Shield, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna let it slide wherever it wants. It's going into the not horrible. This Miraidon, I think, is actually pretty good. I do like this Miraidon, so I might be a little biased towards Miraidon over Koraidon. However, the artwork is just genuinely better, so I'm gonna slide it into good. Now we have next up is Raikou, and kind of like a draft Pokemon now too in its ancient version, at least from what I've seen. The card's okay. I like Raikou a lot, but the card's okay. Looks like we're moving into Illustrator rares now, so let's get started. We have a lot of these. This Shiftry is actually really, really dope. Okay, and this is coming from a person who has never been a Shiftry fan. It's going into great. We got our first great. Torterra striking back with a couple other cameos. I like the art style. It's a very simple card. However, I don't necessarily think it's great. I think it'll slide into good. Another card with a fabulous art style. You have essentially this, I forget the Deerling, I forget the name, running through different seasons of the forest. Conceptually, very, very nice. I'm gonna have to say low grade on this. I think it's better than the Torterra, but I don't want to put it in good. I might need to add more rows. We're changing the rules as we go here, okay? Good, great, better, best. Move Shiftry up, put this one here. Same concept, different Pokemon, not as cute. But I do like it, just not quite as much. So I think he's gonna be at top of good. Next up we have Litten, and you know, I'm definitely a cat guy. Speaking of cat guy, I'm gonna wake Apollo out of his sleep just to show you how much of a loving cat guy I am. I woke him up from his nap just for this moment. My little Litten right here. Instead of beating him, we're gonna love him and annoy him like he does to me every single day. I think this is a great card. I'm gonna slide Litten into great. Now this Snom. Now Melon is a massive Snom fan, so I gotta put some respect on Snom's name here, okay? If not, I'll never hear the end of it. Art style is a little strange to me. It's like a 3D art. I don't really know how to explain it, but it is a nice card. So I'm going to let it slide. For Melon's sake, I think that it is a great Snom. They did him solid. Now, I'm assuming this is Charge-a-Bug. It's cool. It doesn't quite hit for me, though. We'll put it in good. We'll put it in good. Next up, we have a Bronzor, and honestly, I don't love it. To me, it's like bottom of good. Can't remember the name off the top of my head. Something about a nucleus. It's chilling. It's floating on the water. I gotta say, live and let live. I'm gonna let him slide. I'm gonna let him slide into top of fucking good. That's where I'm gonna let him slide at. I think it's Cutiefly drinking from a fountain that looks extremely real. I think it's going into okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. Relicanth. All these other Pokemon making little cameos. It's okay. It's not that great. I've opened up Pandora's box of putting Illustrator arts into okays. Now this is very relatable and respectable. This Drillbur is solid. Very, very solid. I'm gonna have to let him slide into great. I am. It's Mudsdale, I think, something. Mudsdale Earnhardt Jr. I don't know what the hell. It's a donkey. It's a fucking donkey. Melon's a donkey. This card is a donkey. It's going into good. It's okay. You know what? Honestly, it's okay. This Arbok, pretty cool. It's a great card. It's a great card. I could see somebody looking at it from a distance going like, what even is this card? But up close and personal like this, I like it a lot. So it's going into great. And there's no debate on this card. There really isn't. Do I really need to say anything? It's a ghastly card, but it's got all the boys in it. And you know that it's going into... This might be one of the best ones in the set, so I'm gonna let it slide into best unless I see a reason to pull it out of best, because it is one of the best cards in the set so far. Metagross, I fumbled the bag right there. This is a great card. It's better than all these other ones in my humble opinion. Meltan getting sparked on in a workshop wasn't on my bingo card, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not super wooed by it, but I'll drop him into good. Lickitung, licking some sweets. It's kind of whatever to me. I'm not a big Lickitung fan. I don't know what else you would design. Like when I think about how I would design the Pokemon or the art, or what kind of card I would make, I couldn't even think of what I would do with them personally. So I'm not holding it against the illustrator by any means. But it's okay. Chatot. I like the clotheslines. It's good. It's good. I think it's good. What's the name of this Pokemon? Mincino or something like? I don't know. It's a 2-part story card though. One room is dirty, one room is clean. You got a little Mr. Mime sneaking in there. All their friends are over. To me, it's kind of a snoozer, but it is a 2-part card, so I'll let him slide into good. Now this Rampa, I believe, is like the never-ending story dragon. I think that's what it's called. That's such an old movie that even I don't even really remember. But I think this is a really good card. Kind of goofy, but really, really good. So I'm gonna let him slide into great. We have a Torterra full art. I do actually like the colors that are going on here. Most of the full arts I usually see are kind of like, they're not that great. I'm not excited about them at all. But this one, I do like the color scheme. I think it has a nice like water paint look to it. It's cool. I'm trying not to put every card into good, but that's where it seems to keep going. This card it's whatever. It's okay at best. I do like the pattern that it has going on. And I do like the colors, but it's okay at best. Incineroar, same deal. It's an upgrade from the EX, I suppose, so I can't put it in not horrible, but it's going into okay. Now, I do like that ancient layer design that we have going on in the background for this card. However, not really sold on the Entei. It's okay. Next up, we have the Prehistoric Suicune full art. Same deal. It's okay. I can't put it into good. I just can't. I feel like I need to add more rows again. I'm feeling like adding more rows, but I can't do this every single time a row starts to get full. I can't. I have to be better at making tier lists, I guess. Skill issue. This Wug Trio is okay. I actually prefer the regular EX over this full art. I think this full art is kind of... So I will slide it into not horrible because I need to put some stuff down there, man. I'm running out of space, and I feel like if any card deserves it, it's that. How do you go from that really, really cool EX to that? It's actually a downgrade in my opinion. As much as I like the EX version of this card is not doing anything for me. It's one of those that you get just to get your master set, and that's it. You're not like blown away by it, to be honest. Whatever the fuck this thing is, it's okay at best. Just throw it into okay. Gengar full art. It's a Gengar. You like Gengar. The full art, the design in the background, it's okay. Not blown away by it either. But I'll let it creep right into good. Now this one is kind of interesting because I really, really like this like candy apple red that is going on here. I actually don't want to put this in okay or horrible. How are you gonna put Wug Trio in not horrible and then Farafrig in good? Colors can make the most simple card look amazing. The Scizor is a great example. The red of the Scizor, the shadows with that like tealish green, that like pale green background. Might be a little biased on this one as well, but this is a great card. It's okay. Now things get a little tricky because now we start talking about, like, you know, waifus and stuff like that, right? It's okay. I do like this one a little bit better. I'll let it slide into good. Now, I'm not really sure who this is and if it is a man or a woman from this angle. I'm assuming, I think it's a woman because of the hair and everything, but it is, and like I don't know if that's like some sort of mini skirt going on right there. I think it's a woman, and if it is, then my primal instincts are kicking in a bit here, and I'm gonna go with this is a great card. If it's a man, I might regret this later. This is a man, pretty sure. I'm a guy. I'm not trying to look at other dudes half the time, so not horrible, I guess. Not horrible, I guess. If there was a rank below horrible, I would. Just kidding. Not horrible, I guess. He's okay. He's alright, you know. We got a little feng shui going on here. It's alright. Very Dialga, Palkia, Arceus, Secret Illustrator Rare-esque card here. I like it. It's going into one of obviously the better cards in the set. Now, I have not been a fan of this Entei at all. However, that is a nice card, so I will go ahead and let him sneak into great. It's a great card. This one's okay. This one's okay. Not really feeling it like I like the Entei, to be honest. So I'll put him in good. This, dope card. Dope. Definitive upgrade over all versions of it in the set. Going into better for sure. This is like a futuristic Heatran. I can't really tell. It's a good card. It's not like great, but it's good. I'll give it good. This is a dope card. The whole giraffe Raikou thing, head in the clouds. I do like this. The lightning really adds a lot of flavor in the background. This is a great card. This might be one of the best cards in the set, in my opinion. Not really too aware of who this is. Some of you are probably going to hate me for this, but it's an okay. It's a good card, I guess. It's a waifu, right? I'll let it slide into good. Definitely looks more like a female now that I'm seeing this card, and I gotta say, I'm feeling the primal energy here. I'm feeling it. This is a nice card. I would like to pull this card. Definitely one of the better cards in the set. Boys chilling with Gengar. I'm jealous. I wish I could chill with Gengar. Actually, not a bad card. We'll give it some respect. Put it in the great tier. Bro's on his way to work, I guess. The art is interesting. Or I should say the art style is interesting. But it's kind of whatever to me. It's okay. And then all that is left is the full art gold cards. I'm looking at all of these gold cards right now, and they're all okay. Literally all of them. Like, at best. Okay at best. There you have it. Our early Temporal Forces tier list. It releases on March 22nd, which is next week as of recording this. The shop will be getting some 151 booster bundles this weekend. Temporal Forces pre-orders are almost completely sold out. We do have double packs of the ETBs, one of each artwork, for $75, $150 free shipping. So if you're looking to get some Temporal Forces, I have got you covered on that. Also look forward to the Temporal Forces live break that will be on the first Saturday of April. That is also live on the website as well. Hopefully you guys enjoy the tier list and my terrible judgment and taste in ranking cards. Let me know what you think down below. See you guys soon. Peace.